Hello again and welcome to part 5 of my Let's Play of Endless Legend with a custom faction based on the Wild Walkers. In the last episode I clicked next turn while building an army. In this episode I shall also be clicking end turn while building an army. It's the dumb thing. One thing I didn't mention was that I'm rather unhappy to see the roving clans are in this game, because they are essentially extortionists. What they will do is they have the unique ability to ban you from accessing the market here, and they will do so as soon as it is possible for them to, and then about 5 to 10 turns later they'll say, I'll tell you what, I'll remove the market ban in return for a shitload of your luxuries or strategics or whatever. If you accept that particular offer, they'll wait another 5 to 10 turns before banning you once more. And they will repeat this throughout the entire fucking game. They are a complete pain in the arse, but I really can't be bothered wiping them off the map just for that. It's a little bit overly aggressive. What I very much would like to do at some point is get a city here for the extra science, pick up another hero again to help boost my science a little. Cultists have really nice all-round bonuses and some extra science, some extra influence, some extra dust. They have literally everything you could possibly want in a city governor. They're also not too bad as army commanders, but that's a ways off. I need the gold and I need to get around to manufacturing a settler. Gold does become important for retrofitting your units as well. In fact, my minuscule gold income is troubling me a touch. One thing I did do was built the Imperial highways, because as you can see there are now roads going between the cities that have actually built them, which automatically set up trade routes. They don't need to be generated or managed by a human, but you will trade with other cities, not only within your empire but with other empires that have also built Imperial highways. The reason peace is so useful is that a peace agreement will allow you to increase. I have too many people. See, at this point I've actually run out of shit to build in there, so industry may as well just give way to gold. I will just split one of those off, purely so that I may throw down a settler. See, that isn't going. That's all because I'm building a settler, so I may as well just go to dust. Winter is back. Finally, see, now got minus gold income as well as minus food. The scroll bar has begun, but this city will not be affected by it due to that hero's ability to just flat out ignore such things, which is always handy. But also, since I now have those, I can actually create even further improved versions of these, but I need to wait until I'm actually harvesting some palladium and adamantium, which is taking a while. But I'm just going to buy some extractors. Yeah, I've got one adamantium, one palladium running, so that'll do for the moment. The settler can now be escorted to its location. Dismiss those. Let's just bring these out. Now, I'm not entirely sure where I wish to settle. So unfortunately this has no particularly interesting So I will be able to get some grass silk. No Titan. I really love Titan bows because they give you that massive production bonus, which is just fantastic. Unfortunately, well, yeah, there's the Titan bones there and there. So I'm definitely setting here because it's got lots of resources I really want, as well as lots of science. So I should realistically get to looking at where I want to settle now. Settling in winter, not a great idea, if I'm honest. It's a bit of a shitty one, however. It still has a ton of food, but no happiness. There. Some production, not an awful lot of food and no happiness. I'm going to need to use that army to pacify these Haunts villages as well. There's no getting around that. I think as he's settling there, you're getting an awful lot of food, not a great deal of production, but a lot of food. I do like building nice, large cities. Some Haunts sitting there, you can just about make out the exclamation mark. Obviously these are all a little bit reduced because of the winter effect, so you can't really see fully what you will be getting, but I think just there is probably going to be my best bet all around. So you can chill, you can head over there, they'll be able to settle next turn and then go back in there. I know there's no constructions because there's nothing I really want to construct. I could make some borough streets and windmill, +1 terrain with forest. I don't actually have a huge amount. Oh no, there is. Actually, I think most of that actually has forests. Yes, I think that will do for the time being. Again, the reason you want as much construction as possible in your capital city is for building the wonder. And then you can settle immediately. And that army. Right, so this needs an awful lot of things. Right now I'm just going to queue up all the things. So much stuff to build. As for the exact order, we need those sewer system. Apprentice registry would be nice, plus 168. Central market also plus 168. See, they are automatically unhappy, which is a bit of a shitter. How much does that cost to buy out? It only costs 110, but I'm only making 3 per turn. I might just throw all these into gold. It still has a shitload of stuff it needs to build. See, that one I think is pretty much primed to start expanding into new areas. That's more production of science and dust, but no food. If I were to expand out in that direction, I think actually expanding that way is going to be a better way to go. We'll go for the production of food first and then the science. Yes, I know you're looking mopey, aren't you? But you can just head over there, join up with that army to go stomp some Haunts. Yes, I know you're not constructing anything. It's because you suck. Let's just throw in a couple. Massive army still, to be honest, but it's going to be a little while before I have anything else worth building, so I may as well just queue up something that, if nothing else, it's another little roaming army. You there? Begin pacifying Haunts. I'm not going to bother watching, I'll just let it stomp its way through. Where are the Haunts villages? There's one just there. One there and one there. Yeah, the 3 haunts villages will be quite nice to have for the extra pop. As you can see, as the game continues, they do get more and more. And here we go with the extortion. Here's a market ban, seeing how pitying me, because scum-sucking motherfuckers. Let's just ignore those cockwombles for the moment. We're at level 4, so more science, please and thank you. You have also leveled up to the point where you can do the next part of the faction quest. Send him with an army to go somewhere. Where does he need to be? There. Unfortunately, I happen to have an army in the vicinity. I'll just pop him into that army and then pop them elsewhere. Nice. Right, so now I'll just assign Sultan to there. Get on and do my faction quest. He has discovered many things. Now, as you can see, that actually requires Mithrite, which I don't have access to without resorting to the market. And it spawned a nice little quest-related army for me, which is wondrous. You can continue going along and crushing these haunts. Also fight all these, it's really not worth bothering with manual. Buy the sewer system to make them happy. Can't buy the central market because that's far too expensive. Goddamn winter. Summer have come. Excellent, excellent. People are still building stuff. That's on there actually. And it's all fine, it's all fine. Is leveled, so we'll get another reduction on that. Next turn they can fight there. There's actually a 5-second delay, 5-turn delay between being able to reassign heroes. So as you can see, I've still got another turn to go before he can go back into his home city. Right, those villages have now been pacified by way of punching them into submission. The best way to go. We still can't actually be assigned anywhere as yet. It's nearly got its borough street on. After the man's, yes, we're getting that. Do actually have the potential to build Titan bone extractors, blood crystal extractors, haunts villages, no, not the actual haunts themselves, just haunts villages, or villages, it's if I'm speaking sensibly. You can just pop into the garrison. It's arguably actually better off assigning him to that because that's building a lot of stuff and it doesn't really have much in the way of production. So yeah, I'll assign him here instead. Which I still can't do because I keep forgetting I need to end the turn before that. becomes a possibility. I can actually turn off the Fitzy overlay now. Look at that. It's all tree-like and elven. It's not quite so tree-like and elven, but it's getting there. Now he can be reassigned. Here's a glass ceiling extractor he can build. More Empire plans. I also need to start saving up that as well as the cash. See, how are we doing happy-wise? They're content. That'll do. Well, I can just leave that to build up. You can also throw down a glass silk extractor. There. It's not the best. Titan bones are by far my favourite of the resources. Ah yes, here we go. And here's the extortion. You can go fuck yourself for the time being, mate. I don't need access to the market just yet because I don't actually have the cash to buy anything. Right, we've done the diplomat's manse. So it's now time to see if we can get some peace agreements going there. Indifferent, they're trusting, they're pitying, they're also pitying. Let's see if we can get some peace agreements going. I'm quite happy to go for peace. Is there anything there willing to give us? Here you can see this little bar. At the moment, peace is massively in my favour, so they will definitely agree to it. Maybe you can attempt to drive a bit of a bargain. Ignoring the bug here. Let's just see if we can get some peace with them. Oh, that goddamned bug. Yeah, the graphics on here do bug out somewhat. You can't actually see how favourable they are to the idea. I hate it when it does that. Not an awful lot you can do. Yes, we look forward to carving the future in peace. I would as well. With many factions, if it was in any way reasonably practicable. Let's just see if we can do it. Yep, they're quite happy for peace. They're also quite happy for peace. Don't have anything I particularly want. Ah, here we go. Now you can actually see the terms. And I'll tell you what, let's see if we can score some dust off of them in return for it. But still in my favour. See, now it's in the red, it means they won't actually agree until you make the terms more favourable for them. Tell you what, that'll do, fella. Have a little bit of dust and some peace. Yeah, I accept my peace offer. Does mean I'll get some more cash from the trade routes. I should trade peace for a market ban removal. Small amount of dust, just a tiny little bit. Oh, that's gone into the red. There, you drive a hard bargain, sir, but peace is always welcome. Every turn you're at peace, you will be gaining diplomatic points, which, as I said earlier, means you can go for a diplomatic victory. Let's see what we got here. Cultists, broken walls, necrophage, mages, walkers, draken clans, necrophages. See, unfortunately they're already on level 2, which means they will already have some skills. It's tempting to go cultist just because they're such good all-rounders. I am going to need influence boosts, reasonably certain, so yeah. What does he have? Influence boost, army health boost. As you can see, there are multiple other things they get. I should probably do a mouse over to let you see them all. For the time being, I'm just going to buy some of that. Dismiss that for a moment, because I'll put him in my newly done city. He's in there, and obviously take that first point of skill and equip him with the standard stuff and things. Construction, science, gold. I don't particularly care about his weapons, if I'm honest. I'm just giving him them for the sake of giving them to him. It does mean, however, I should actually go through all of these and upgrade. Remove the initiative boost. He doesn't really want food, he wants construction. That one also can take some extra construction. Food is tempting, but construction is generally more useful. As I say, I'm not sure whether it would be best to focus just on building massive city. Oh, I've run out of... Yeah, I'm going to have to ignore that because I've actually run out of resources with which to do that. Which is, you know, rather sad. So he's next Borough Street. Yeah, it's not gaining an awful lot of anything useful, is it? So that way, I believe. Next way to go. It's building them super fast anyway. More population growth. Always handy because it'll help speed up the construction of many things. And what I shall do actually is just shift horns up after the market. Although actually, I'll just buy the registry because it's arguably the most useful thing. Get the horns up. Just to get some essentially free population. You're turning production into population by building these, as well as boosting the city's science output because they have been assimilated into my empire. And then I really want those Titan bones as well. I should be doing an awful lot of building later on, and Titan bones, that's the 50% industry on all buildings is just wonderful to have. Throw down some more Borough Streets. There's nothing else for him to build realistically. So not a lot for him to build either. Walker Ranger. Why not? Build up another army. It'll give him some extra XP as well. Just having them there. shiny things. Quite like to build that city up a bit as well, but it still has other things it requires before that's realistically a viable option. And still got some on pop. I don't believe it's really necessary at this point. I mean, as I said, I'd like to just grow massive cities, but the gold just works out better most of the time. Just one of those unfortunate facts of life. Right, a new empire plan. I'm just going to keep pretty much the same plan I already have. I do at some point need to save up a few thousand influence points for the faction quest eventually. Right now I'm really just meandering through things. Stuff has been built there. Grass silk. Gold. Yeah, I might as well just get those running. I don't believe he really needs to mess around with it too much. What I could also do is throw some into science. Decisions. But this is very much the point where you're I still need many techs before I can do any of that. So one thing I will definitely require are influence boosters, obviously science boosters, unskilled labour I'm not going to bother with, dust refineries and dust depositories, always handy. It's also tempting to get that, just so I can fortify my cities a little more. I think that'll be adequate for the time being. Now then, I hopefully should have enough cash to start buying. I need 18 for the class quest. You can only buy 10 of any one strategic in any given turn, and as you buy them, you see the demand changes, so the price changes. You don't quite have enough cash, fortunately, so I'll have to wait till the next turn. Hopefully I don't get a market ban in the meantime. You need to build your final borough street, after which I have literally nothing I can put down. They're still happy. I'm about to become fervent once that's built. Couple more levels. Low science. Yeah, we'll just go for a straight science percentage increase on that one, and that one I think science, yeah, then influence, and then gold, and then start ranking up. See, again, I don't know whether it's best to get all of the tier 1s, then all of the tier 2s, then all of the tier 3s, and so on. I tend to do it in a fairly haphazard fashion. That's got some forest, so the lumber mill could be of some relevance in that city. Glory of Empire will be the next port of call. I also need to build those palladium, buy the mithrite before I get another market ban. so that he can then be equipped with the class faction quest item. Yes, yes. Economy and Population Ministry to level 4. Now you can't actually access. Bit chatty. Now you can't actually access the level 4 Empire plan until you enter the 4th era. As you can see, I'm not even in the. I'm not quite there yet. I actually require. I only require 2 more technologies. So I really need to start thinking about ramping up my influence, because let's see, that's going to be 3 turns. What's my empire output? 568, so that's 5 and 3, 8 is 10, is 14. I've got 14 turns effectively. I'll definitely be in that era by the time I get my next empire plan. So I have approximately 14 turns to crank out sufficient influence. Actually shuffle a bunch of those over to there. Building a huge amount, we'll shuffle a bunch of those over to there as well. I don't need the cash quite so much now. 14 turns, 10s. Yeah, I'm going to need to put a lot more into influence, I think, to be able to map exchange. Yes, I'm going to gladly have a look at your maps. Oof, my word. That's interesting. They've changed from, they were orange earlier, and now they're light green, the Dust Lords. That's peculiar. That's very peculiar. Why would they have gone from orange to light green? That makes little to no sense. In fact, I'm going to just flat out say it makes absolutely no sense. I get 100 a turn. It's going to be tight. It's going to be very, very tight. Let's throw even more of them into that. Not giving me a huge amount of gold though, is it? Tricky. Decisions. Yep, he has absolutely nothing to build. Put a turn into a watch tower somewhere, maybe? Yeah, I'll do. Ah, that's why the Broken Lords have gone, they've been conquered. That would explain why. Who the hell were they conquered by? People I have yet to meet. Well, that's certainly disconcerting. That's exceptionally concerning, actually. That's, yeah, that's bad. It's like really fucking bad. That's pretty much as bad gets, actually. I haven't even met that faction, and yet they have completely crushed the Dust Lords. It looks like they've taken a fair chunk out of the Volters as well. Could be Necrophages. They're often very aggressive. Could possibly be Mages, but I'm going to go out on a limb and guess Necrophages. I've only got 11 turns. I don't think I'm actually going to make it into... I don't think I'm going to make it to be able to even do that. Everyone I'm influencing isn't having no cash. Very worrying, very troubling. I may have to wait till my turn 160 Empire plan to crack on with that, actually. I just don't think I can get sufficient influence fast enough. Yes, I would appear to have cocked this up just somewhat. I mean, it's saddening. I've got so much production now, I don't even have things to build. Well, I shall play on for a little while longer, see how it goes. Ooh, zoom into pretty graphics, because why the fuck not? Empty construction queues a little bit troublesome. I'll just throw out a random walker there and just have him build a ranger. Same here. No join them. You just build another ranger for me. Why not? Only 1,000. I've reached the 4th era. That's why I'm effectively on my way yeah, I clearly want some of those. You also want some of those. You may as well have some of those added to that ever lengthening queue. You also may as well have some of those, and let's just have a quick, because that is actually quite decent. But I need the dust. I'm going to forgo the defensive bonuses. Just start queuing up some of those. Limited to 1 per empire, 4 anomalies. That has... I can't even see how many anomalies that has within it. Just the two, yeah. I'll throw it down there. Why the hell not? Minus gold per turn now as well, but only temporarily. What's that? Scrap exchange, yeah. So 6 turns until next empire plan. It's getting a little bit. Production. More influence would be nice. Especially since I'm desperately trying to scrape together sufficient influence for that empire plan. I'm a bit concerned about losing gold per turn, but not as much. Not as concerned as I am about not being able to finish this off. That's going to be tight. I think it's going to cost me something like 2,000 for that tier 4 empire plan. I don't even know why I'm trying to work it out. I can just actually have a blatant look. You can simulate 1920 for that one alone. That's 1,600 just for that one without anything else. I shall actually be able to make it. Thank fuck. Yes, a map embargo. How delightful. Yeah, I'll go back into gold production. So I've definitely hit my target influence wise. Because apart from anything else, I'm going to be needing to do some massive upgrades to my armies. Just to keep them. You can't really build one of those, they're limited to one per. How can you possibly build a watchtower? You've already built one there? You have. Why are you saying I could build one? I'm not sure there is. Yes. That'll do. That'll very much do. Some levelling, always nice. This is what I was saying about the pacing of the game. You end up at the start of the game, it takes so long to build anything, but then once it starts accelerating, you run out of shit to build rapidly. The industry just grows up so quickly. And the research starts ramping forwards as well. It accelerates almost impossibly fast. Okay, that's clearly enough influence now, so let's just go back. Gold production, because I shall pretty much just buying the resources I need for the faction quest. So 80 influence per turn is a pitiful amount, however. I only really want the big tier 4 for the faction quest. Once that's done, I really couldn't give a monkey's. And here we are, so that needs to be at tier 4. That's completely irrelevant unless I become concerned about getting into a fight. Building cost reduction, no. I could actually get the extra science as well, which would be tasty. In fact, sack it, that's what I'm going to do. That will get me my next part of my faction quest. I'll wait for the glorious pop-up. Waiting in silence, clearly. Here we go. The tools are ready, the labour must be done. So yes, this is it. I'm now on part 8 of the faction quest. Once I've built the that thing, I will then need a grand total of 40 Mithrite and 40 Hyperium, at which point I can then build the final wonder required. It's probably going to take me a little while. if I'm actually able to build such a thing, however. Yeah, let's just go there, why not? And at that point I think I shall leave it here, so once again, thanks for watching.